Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn about Anastasia's mate. This checkmate got its name from the German novel. It is one of those patterns where knight and rook team up together to checkmate the enemy king. Now let us study more about this pattern from some examples. So in this position, white can deliver checkmate in 3 moves, starting with the move knight to e7 check. Now this knight is quite an important piece in Anastasia's mate where it checks the king as well as covers this important square on g6. And now the move king h8 is forced, and now we need to open up the rook's file somehow to deliver the checkmate. Now in this case we have a queen on d3 that can be sacrificed on h7 square. So we play the move queen takes h7 check here. Now this queen has to be taken, and after this you can see that this knight is forming a nice barrier for this king with the help of this enemy pawn. And now we need only the rook to come to the h file and it would be checkmate. And here rook h1 is instant checkmate. Now this is the basic configuration of Anastasia's mate where knight covers both the escape square while the rook checks the king on the rook's file. Now let us study more about this pattern with the help of some examples. Now this is the game of Magnus Carlsen against Jon Ludwig Hammer. Magnus is playing here with the black pieces, and let us jump to this position. So Magnus's last move was rook takes e4, and now you can see Magnus has a great position here with this knight on e2 very beautifully placed. And now Jon Ludwig Hammer makes a mistake here and he plays the move rook to e1. He does not realize a threat in the position, but Magnus Carlsen finishes off the game here on the spot with the move queen to h5 check. Now this is a brilliant move, checking the king, and this queen has to be taken, and after this move we once again have Anastasia's mate with the move rook to h4 check. Again you can see the rook is checking the king while the knight is covering the escape square. So it is also Anastasia's mate. Now let us go to the next example. Now let's jump towards this position. Now black's last move was the move knight to c3, attacking the bishop as well as threatening the fork, and white decided to get rid of the queens to reduce some of the black's attack, and he plays the move queen takes g6, h takes g6, but only to realize that in fact after exchanging queens his position is in even more danger. Because this bishop is under attack, he plays the move bishop c4, but now follows knight e2 check, king h1, and just a quiet move king e7, and white resigned here because of the deadly threat of rook takes h2 followed by rook h8, giving checkmate yet again. And it is also type of Anastasia's mate. And you can see that this bishop is helping black here by pinning this pawn on g2 so that the escape is not possible and the checkmate is unavoidable. Now I have a little puzzle for you. Let's see if you can solve it. Now this is the position and it is white to play in this position. Now white can win here with the move queen to g5, g6, and then the move queen to f6, but your goal is to find out a pattern with the Anastasia's mate. So it is white to play and win. You can pause the video and think. So in this position white can play a fantastic move, which is the move queen to g6. Now because this pawn on f7 is pinned, so the queen cannot be taken with the f pawn, but it has to be taken with the h pawn because queen takes g7 is a bit of a threat. And after h takes g6 we again play this move knight to e7 check, and wherever the king goes to h8 or h7 after rook f3 the checkmate is unavoidable. So it is quite a fantastic position where just the move queen g6 and after h takes g6 knight e7 we have a whole move, and this threat of rook f3, rook h3 is really unstoppable. So let's say we play the move rook f3 and whatever black plays, then rook h3 is once again a checkmate because this knight is covering this square and rook is checking along the h file. So this is all that you need to know about Anastasia's mate. Thank you.